after her remarkable 4 gold medal haul at the recently held Carifta Games, which took place in Trinidad and Tobago on the weekend. And given the current trend by young Jamaican athletes, will Jamaica's Shanoya Douglas now consider going professional? Or should she? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. You do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. Drop a video once a day here, Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yeah? Good to go. Now, we have not been talking enough about the remarkable accomplishments of the youngsters at the recently held, but the 52nd staging of the Carifta Games, which took place in the beautiful Trinidad and Tobago. The Jamaican athletes were on fire as they have been for years. I believe this is the 39th year that we have dominated, ended up atop the medal table for the Carifta Games. And we also were very impressive in the field events. Now, first up, something exciting for the island of Jamaica. The winner of the highly coveted Austin Seeley Award. This is the award for the top performing athlete at each and every Carifta Games, was copped this year by none other than a Jamaican. At the recently concluded Carifta Games 2025 held in Port of Spain, Trinidad, the Austin Seeley Award was won by Jamaican athlete Kamari Kennedy. Kennedy had an exceptional performance, setting two championship records in the boys under 17 category. In the shot put, he threw an impressive 18.90 meters, which was the 10th best mark globally for the under 18 males at the time and broke the previous Carifta record of 18.80 meters. He then went on to in the discus throw. He achieved a remarkable distance of 60.87 meters, shattering the old record of 53.32 meters by over 7 meters. In fact, all 5 of his legal throws during the competition would have surpassed the previous record. This is massive, people, and I had to talk about it. Kamari Kennedy became the 16th Jamaican athlete to win the prestigious Austin Seeley Award and the first since Rashawn Clark. You know, the great 400 flat and 400 meter hurdler super sensation Rashawn Clark in 2023.
60.87 meters, and coming in second position, Brandon Lawrence, his teammate. We meet again. Another brilliant performance. Talk to me about what it was like out there throwing that distance. Not quite your PB, but still a long way.
Well, I'm happy of how I performed today, but I still wanted more.
Yeah? What was the number that you were looking at?
I don't like to speak.
All right, Brandon, talk to me about the silver medal. How did you feel getting that silver for Jamaica?
I feel grateful. I have to thank God for giving me the silver medal. I thank my family for their support day in and day out. I thank my coach, and I also thank my assistant coach, Mr. Chantalu.
All right, guys, all the best. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Back to you, Ricardo.
Jamaica's Kamari Kennedy there receiving the much coveted Austin Seeley Award at the 52nd staging of the Carifta Games, which took place in Port-au-Prince, Trinidad and Tobago. Remarkable, people. Just absolutely. You saw what I just read there, right? All of his throws in the discus would have broken the previous record. Another remarkable talent on the rise. Now, and we continue in the vein of the remarkable field athletes for Jamaica at the Carifta Games. Channel favorite Shaniqua Williams walked away with a silver medal in the under 20 girls high jump. Now, herself and teammate and schoolmate Daniel Noble copped a quinilla here for Jamaica in this event.
The girls under 20 high jump also took center stage as well, and it was another royal battle among nations.
Yeah, it certainly was. Morton of the British Virgin Islands, Jacqueline Morton, cleared 174 meters. She finished in that third position, but it was a titanic battle between this woman, Shaniqua Williams, who finished second, 1.78 meters against her countrywoman, Danielle Noble. And Noble who also cleared 178. Of course, she would have gotten it. She dominated that morning session. And their battle, Noble and Williams, earlier today, it was one of the themes of the morning. Jamaica would have gotten 4 medals in that morning session.
Yeah, Daniel did very.
Congratulations to both of you, Queen Shaniqua and Queen Danielle Noble. One of several Quinellas scored for the island of Jamaica by these remarkably talented young ladies. This was in the under-20 girls high jump competition held at the 52nd stage of the Carifta Games, which took place in Port-au-Prince, Trinidad and Tobago.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World Merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World Merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
At this point, even if you're a distant fan of track and field, Jamaican track and field in particular, and you know anything about the Ace Boys and Girls Championships, particularly if you followed what just happened at the Carifta Games, you would no doubt at this point know the name Shanoya Douglas. If you don't, you're living under a rock. Let us tell you why you should. Now, last year she closed out her season winning bronze at the World Under-20 in the 200-meter finals, battling against two Paris Olympians. The young lady who started out as a 400-meter dominant athlete, and then, of course, she returned to Mushet High School, and then transitioned to the 200 and the 100 meters. Remind of anyone? Sharika Jackson? Anyway, has just risen as a dominant force in Jamaican regional and world under-20 track and field. The young lady is a force to be reckoned with. Now, at the recently held Carifta Games, she walked away with 4 gold medals in 4 different categories. In the 100-meter finals on the 20, in the 200-meter finals on the 20, in the 4x100-meter finals on the anchor leg, and in the 4x400-meter finals on the anchor leg. Doing a feat that only one other athlete, a young man from Bahamas, managed to achieve. This win in itself is mind-bending. But the range from the 100 to the 4 should also seriously impress you. Here she is, winning the 100-meter title. Shanoya Douglas won this in a new personal best of 11.26.
Absolutely massive for this race. How will that change the psychology of all of the others in this one?
When Shanoya Frederick won the 200 meters 2 years ago, Dockery was among the false starters. Clean break this time. Shanoya Frederick got away well, so did Shanoya Frederick. Shanoya Douglas is pouring through the field of Jamaica. Shanoya Douglas Saudi on the inside, Thatcher silver. And Dorset, I think, got bronze. It is still Jamaica's gold. Dockery false starts, but Douglas gets the job done. And the world under 200 bronze medalist says she's the best in the Carifta region at 100 meters.
She is lapping it up. She's accepting the applause. Yes, she wants some more volume, and she's gonna get it. Celebration here for Douglas, gold medalist for Jamaica.
And for some reason,
she then went on to win the 200-meter finals, which I thought she would have won naturally. I had actually thought that Sabrina Dockery might have had the edge in the 100, but we talk about Sabrina at another time. Here she's winning the 200 meters. Shanoya Douglas won the 200 meters in a time of 23.02 seconds.
on the 20 girls 200 final, Shanoya Frederick got away brilliantly. She's covered Barnett. Sabrina Dockery's running a fast curve, so too is Shanoya Douglas. The 100 champion leads. Dockery, her teammate, chasing her, and the Frederick twins. Dorset is running brilliantly. Douglas beats them magnificently. And there's a line behind her for second and bronze. For silver and bronze. Dorset has produced another stellar effort for the Bahamians. And she might have snatched the medal. It is so close. It is so close for silver and bronze. But the world under-20 champion, the third fastest Jamaican junior in history, dismisses a quality field and wins the Carifta under-20 title. We still don't know the time.
In a stellar 4x100 meter relay team for Jamaica in the under-20 girls, which comprised of Sabrina Dockery on the first leg, Tiana Marshall on the second leg, Abigail Wolf on the third leg, and Shanoya Douglas bringing us home on that anchor leg. Team Jamaica won this one in a time of 43.65 seconds.
And they go again. Final of the under-20 girls 4x100 relay. In their set positions. Sent off. Dockery got up brilliantly for the Jamaicans. Look at her move away from the Bahamas and close in on Trinidad and Tobago. The Jamaicans make this change successfully. Sunday Frederick running well down the back stretch for Trinidad and Tobago. But Tiana Marshall holding her own for Jamaica. Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. The Jamaicans slightly ahead. The Bahamians coming through as well. Here they come to the final change. Shanoya Douglas has the baton, and she is well clear for the black, green and gold. The Bahamians in second. Shanoya Frederick closing fast for Trinidad and Tobago. Jamaica gold. Bahamas silver and Trinidad and Tobago bronze. 42.93. That is sensational from the Jamaicans. The second time in the history of the Carifta Games, if it holds up, that we will get sub 43 in the 4x100 final. 43.65 it's been adjusted to. It almost seemed too good to be true. It is still a sensational performance, mind you. The Jamaicans deliver on a terrific lead-off leg from Sabrina.
She then returned to run the anchor leg on the Jamaican under-24 by 400 meter relay team. This team comprised of Abriana Wright on the opening leg, Anastasia Hall on the second leg, Jovi Rose on the third leg, and Shanoya Douglas rounding out the anchor leg. We won in a time of 3 minutes 37.75 seconds. Here is Shanoya Douglas on the anchor leg.
Jamaica and Barbados in the 4x4. Down the stretch they come. It is Jamaica still. Jovi Rose, the 800, 1500 runner, shrugs off the challenge of Anaya Nurse. What a terrific leg for the Barbadians. And now Shanoya Douglas of Jamaica chases 4 gold medals like Egan Neely of the Bahamas. Down the back straight away they go. On anchor for Barbados, Ariel Archer. Trinidad and Tobago in the bronze medal position. Off your shot. Bahamas in 4th. That's where the battle for bronze is. The Barbadians will surely have a medal. Will it be gold or silver? Shanoya Douglas is a fabulous 400 runner, but she's focused on the 100, 200 this season. She has the lead. The Barbadians closing. But it's Jamaica who will hold on to win the under-20 4x400 title. Douglas anchors them, completes the quadruple 100, 200, 4x1, 4x4, and the Bahamians get ahead of Trinidad and Tobago to take the bronze.
Grenada coming in for 5th place, and Martinique will just get across the line to finish in 6th. But look at that, the effort. They put in everything here, Jamaica, to win in 3 minutes 37.75 seconds.
Now, as of recording this particular video, Shanoya Douglas's PB in the 100 meters, as I told you, is 11.26, which she did in that finals in Trinidad. Her 200 meter record is 22.59, and her 4 is 52.96. Now, with a plethora of youngsters going pro like Serena, Cole, Tia Clayton, Tina Clayton, not to mention very recently Thiana Lee Terry Long, just 17. Then of course Alana Reed, and I could go on, Karika Hill and others. Is it logical that the next step for this young lady, who is pretty much dominant at this point in Jamaican female under 20 track and field, who is still, by the way, a class 2 girl because she's 17. She has not yet even started to run in the class 1. Do you think she's going to go pro? And better question is, do you think she should go pro? Now, when several of the other young ladies that I just mentioned went pro, I had consternations. Clearly, I was concerned because, you know, I'm worried about your schooling, etc. And I remember I had a conversation with who did we have a conversation about this one? I'm trying to remember specifically who it was. Who was it? People just bear with me. Yeah? I talk to a lot of people very often, and I wanted to make the point because this young lady was like 22. Akira Nugent. In fact, we did that interview live here on the channel. By the way, do you guys want me to start doing some more live streams? Let me know. Anyway, let me get back to this. Akira Nugent had said, you know, she never promised them going pro, but they should at least at some point, even if you go pro, still pursue your degree, which is something that I kind of believe that they should. And I kind of came to the realization that after talking to numerous persons, coaches, etc., I came to the realization that this decision is purely personal. We don't know the financial situation in many families, and I've spoken to male and female junior athletes who went pro, and the primary reason was financial. Their parents just did not have it, and it was an opportunity for them to get signed to a shoe deal, get some money, and go pro to make more money. Now, we've seen the transition work very well for some. Tia Clayton seems to be having the time of her life. Her sister Tina Clayton, I think she's getting out of the slum, but she's still battling. We've seen Alana Reed has not yet been, she's going okay as a pro athlete, but we still have not seen her come close to that 10.92 personal best and national record that she set at the Eastern Boys and Girls Champs 2 years ago, 2023, if my memory serves me correctly. So should Shanoya Douglas go pro? And will she? Because what more can she actually achieve as a schoolgirl? Let's talk honestly, what more? She's pretty much a dominant force. The only person that I think that can upset the apple cart for her at this point would be Sabrina Docker in the 100 meters, and I can't really think of anyone else. I see that young lady from Woolmer's coming up, who I just really think she's an incredible talent, but she's not quite there yet. We're talking about Natrice East. Of course, she won the 200 meters under 17 at the Carifta Games last year. East is such a remarkable talent. But at this point, there is no one in terms of who can really beat a Shanoya Douglas. And so if she goes pro, I guess it would be up to herself and her team and her coaching staff. And I can't say I would encourage her to go pro, to be very frank with you. I'm not going to be the person who says, yes, I want to see her go pro, because I'm always a little concerned, you know, about the education. I don't remember, a little old fashioned or something. But it certainly worked out for people like a Tia Clayton and Clayton twins. So I'm not sure. But I still think that even if a Shanoya Douglas does go pro, she should probably follow the advice of Akira Nugent, which is go pro, pursue the funds, but at the same time go to school. You're just not representing the school you're going to. That might be a very, very good idea. So what do you think? I mean, at this point, should she go pro? Do you think she should? Should she just, some of you always say, Peter, she must just grab the money and just do what she need to do with the money now and she can't think about school later. And that's also a valid thing. She's just 17. But remember, people, we have seen other young ladies go pro and they just have not yet transitioned. Serena Cole. In fact, long before Serena Cole, Carifta Hill. Yes, she came back and won the hurdles last year, but she seems to have been having injury issues and she just haven't really transitioned. And she was the same age as Shanoya Douglas is right now, which is 17. My concern, of course, is the obvious concern. What happens if she gets injured? What happens to her education at that point? You know, so maybe go pro, get the money, do your best, but at the same time pursue your education. And I don't know how easy would that be, and is it doable? It must be, because a lot of the collegiate students, they're on college, they're on scholarship, apologies, and one of the criteria for them maintaining the scholarship is that they have to keep their grades, their GPA at a certain level. You know, their grade point average at a certain level. So if they drop below that, they're going to lose the scholarship. So it's possible. So do you think Shanoya Douglas should go pro? I'd love to hear your thoughts. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. Now, don't forget to support the channel. Check out our merch store at printify.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and the like button. Remember, you're royals, kings, and queens. Bless us.